People usually remember Lavos as the end of the world. Fire falling from the sky, cities erased in seconds, everything gone at once. But that's not really how it happened. The truth is far more unsettling. The world did not end the way stories end. There was no warning, no final chapter, no clean break. What came instead was silence and time. A very long time. For millions of years, Lavos didn't stop the world. He let it continue. Forests returned, species adapted, civilizations rose, all believing they were moving forward. The horror isn't that Lavos destroys us. It's that he didn't. That he let us live long enough to become useful. Lavos isn't a monster that hates the world. If anything, he's colder than that. He's a process that never needed to care. And everything that lived here existed only to sustain it. Before recorded history, before names were written down, there was simply a living world. Then, something fell from the sky. It did not arrive like a god or a king. It crashed. The impact tore into the planet and rewrote its future in a single moment. And then Lavos sank, burrowing so deep that he vanished from every map and every memory. The silence that followed wasn't peace, it was concealment. Lavos became the dark heart of the planet, hidden beneath everything, waiting where no one could see him. Eventually, humans felt heat rising from the ground. Power. Energy. They did what they always do. They called it a gift. They built a shining kingdom in the clouds and named it Zeal. They believed the planet was answering them, offering a perfect future in return for their faith. But that power was never a gift. It was leakage. The Mammon machine did not summon Lavos like a god. It forced a connection to something that never wanted worship. The Ocean Palace was not a temple. It was a breach. When Zeal disturbed the system, Lavos did not respond with anger. He corrected the error. Zeal was erased not as punishment, but because it interrupted the harvest. Ages pass, life stacks itself layer upon layer. Eventually, human societies grow more complex, building cities, naming eras, and recording history. They look at what they create and call it progress. They tell themselves the world is improving. But the moment Lavos landed, growth stopped being neutral. Lavos didn't guide our hands. He didn't need to. He made one rule absolute. The longer the world survives, the more energy it gathers for him. The planet was simply left alone, long enough to become useful, allowed to exist until it reaches full value. Lavos is not evil. Evil requires choice. Lavos is a parasite from beyond this world. He uses planets the way a tick uses an animal, measured, embedding himself, feeding, growing. The planet is the host. Life is the fuel. Evolution continues, and the harvest improves. More complex life means more concentrated energy. This is why civilization matters. Not because it makes humanity special, but because it makes the world easier to consume. We believe we are building a future. In truth, we are refining the fuel. Even if Lavos is stopped, the damage does not vanish. Time does not heal cleanly. History does not reset. Some fractures never close. The world carries these scars forever. Even during moments of peace, the planet was never safe. It was always a farm. Life was only allowed to continue until it reached sufficient value. Schala was lost, pulled out of history, erased from time itself. Janus was torn from his era, thrown into the past, left to grow inside a wound that never healed. These were not accidents. They were scars. Scars carved into the timeline, scars that shaped entire lives, scars that remained long after Lavos was gone.